Hi, this is Tisch Aitken, and it is Tuesday, October 18th, 2022. If you could please subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. There is so much happening right now, and the energy is very confusing and directionless and spacey because Mars is slowing down and it retrogrades on October 30th with a square to Neptune. And Neptune is the planet of illusion, confusion, deception, and dreams. Tapping into the dream and utilizing spiritual practice in whatever way that means for you. But we have so much happening right now. We are in eclipse season. We're not approaching it. And the eclipses are on October 25th and November 8th. So as I speak, today, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, forms a beautiful trine to Mars, and Mars is slowing down. It's about to be out of bounds as of October 22nd, which means that it exceeds the sun's path. It does not play by the rules, and it acts out of control. It will be out of bounds from October 22nd through May 5th, actually. So it's a long time. It's going to remain in the sign of Gemini through March 26th. So it's in Gemini, the sign of choices and options and decisions. But with it squaring Neptune, the decisions can seem very confusing, or it's hard to really take action or move ahead. As my friend said, it can feel like being stuck in the mud, and I agree with that. And right now, Venus is in harmony with Mars. That's wonderful. It's transiting behind the sun because on October 22nd, Venus and the sun are going to form a beautiful Venus-Sun star point. And that's a new 8-year cycle. Tomorrow on the 19th, the sun squares Pluto. That's an energy of challenges and power playing and cats bothering you on the side, things like that. It can definitely be an intense energy. And Pluto rules the sign of Scorpio. It is the modern ruler. And Pluto squaring the sun as we approach a solar eclipse in Scorpio. And on the 20th, we've got Venus, the planet of love and beauty, squaring Pluto, the cosmic compost. I'm going to do this video no matter what. And that could bring power struggles, that could bring endings in relationships, or just really emotional energy. When you're in eclipse season, it's a very harried time. It's a very pressured time, a lot happening at once. To have eclipses, the sun has to be within at least 15 degrees of the nodes of the moon. And so in this case, we're having a partial solar eclipse on October 25th at 2 degrees of Scorpio. And, with the sun and Venus squaring Pluto, and in the new moon eclipse chart, I cast it for Washington, D.C., it's going to be at 2 degrees exactly of Scorpio. Venus, the planet of love, money, beauty, and what you value, will be very closely conjunct that new moon eclipse. And eclipses are like wild cards. A lot happens. Look to see where 2 degrees of Scorpio falls in your chart. You're already feeling the buildup. You can feel it up to a month before and certainly up to 6 months after. And it's a south node eclipse, which means there's a collective release for all of us. But in Scorpio, that itself is the sign of death and regeneration. So there could be news of death or passing or relationships ending with Venus there. Scorpio is a financial sign, as is Taurus. And the total lunar eclipse that follows in November will be in the sign of Taurus. But in the eclipse chart, I cast it, and it has, Libra rising at 23 degrees, if I cast it for Washington, D.C. That's the fixed star Spica, which is known for prestige and success. Mercury is at the world point in Libra, just a degree away at 22 degrees of Libra, giving us big information on the world point. Billy, I'm going to kill him, but I'm going to keep doing this video. This is the energy, a lot happening, scattered, etc. Distractions that surround you literally and metaphorically. So this eclipse at 2 degrees of Scorpio, look to where it is in your chart, set intentions. It is a new moon eclipse, a time to set, new intentions, plant new seeds. But Scorpio is a sign of secrets, among other things, bringing things to light. Eclipses wake us up and shake us up. And in this case, Jupiter, the grand benefic, will be at the world point. It will be at 0 degrees of Aries. So Jupiter, which is the biggest planet, bringing a lot of information, expanding the energy, but also Mercury, the planet of communication, in the 12th house of hidden information, but also at the world point at 22 degrees of the cardinal sign of Libra. 0 and 22 degrees of the cardinal signs is at the world point. Jupiter is in conjunct the new moon eclipse, and it's in conjunct Jupiter. Venus, rather, the two benefics are in conjunct, so there is an adjustment for all of us there to get our needs met. The moon does not like being in Scorpio, neither does Venus. And you've got a new moon eclipse in Scorpio with the south node of Karma at 13 degrees of Scorpio, letting go. Mars, which is the ancient ruler of Scorpio, is just about to station retrograde on the 30th. It's clashing with Neptune, which it can dissolve things. It can be really difficult to navigate ahead. It's also in conjunct Pluto, the planet of transformation and evolving. And Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio. So you have the two rulers of Scorpio, of this new moon eclipse, in conjunct, needing to adjust to one another. You have Mars squaring Neptune, where it is hard to navigate. You've got Mercury in conjunct Neptune. So there you've got a good opportunity for being creative and for manifesting and hopefully tapping into the dream, but it may seem that you need to make adjustments to do so. It's not easy. The new moon eclipse in conjunct Jupiter, not easy. And so there is a lot happening, and focus on the Venus Sun star point this week on October 22nd. This happens at 5:17 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This is a new 8-year cycle when Venus and the Sun kiss in the sky and form a petal of there are 5 petals of the Venus Sun star point. I'm a little spaced out with the Mars Neptune energy, but it's a cosmic kiss. And Venus and the Sun forming this star point. It's when Venus goes from being a morning star to an evening star. And they meet up in the sky. Venus passes the Sun and forms a cosmic kiss. It's a new 8-year cycle about what you love, what you value, what your relationship journey is. And the two are meeting up at 29 degrees of the cardinal air sign of Libra. And this has not happened since 1771. I mistakenly said the 1870s in one of my last videos, but 1771. And Venus and the Sun form a star point every 8 years and in a sign. So they've been in the Scorpio axis the last 100 years. Now they're retrograding back to the Libra axis. So this is a new journey, and Venus loves being in Libra. It's in its dignity. And so that's a beautiful energy to really focus on your love, on your partnerships, on what you value. So really focusing on that energy, which is lovely. And then on the following day, on the 23rd, Venus changes signs and enters Scorpio. The Sun changes signs and enters Scorpio. We are in Scorpio season then, which is very intense. It's a fixed water sign, very, very emotional energy. You're all feeling it. And eclipses come in pairs. So we're also building up to the November 8th eclipse, which is a total lunar eclipse at 16 degrees of the fixed Earth sign of Taurus. And that is right by the world point within a degree. So that's really potent for all of us. We all feel it in one way or another. I will do more on that. I will do more on this eclipse too, because with this energy, Mars in Gemini, seeking so much information and learning and energizing your brain. But to me, it's been very hard to focus, and I've got to figure that out. And that's part of this retrograde energy. And also Mars will be out of bounds. I think I mentioned this, but again, from October 22nd through May 5th. Mars not playing by the rules, Mars being out of control. Do not launch something new altogether with Mars retrograde. If you're, I mean, sometimes, well, there will be fated opportunities to have the nodes of the moon either conjunct the lights, you know, the sun and the moon, or opposite, the sun and the moon opposite. There are fated opportunities, fated beginnings, fated endings. News gets brought out that can change your life. Eclipses bring things to light and make you see things in a way that you never have before. They want you to raise your consciousness and to evolve. In Scorpio, a lot's going to get brought up. And again, it's very emotionally intense energy, but hopefully shedding fears, shedding things that keep you from growing and evolving. And I wish you a lot of luck. Thank you very much.